I love Zoolander. That's probably one of my most favorite movies from
One
recent
of the
times.
biggest f ups ever is waiting 8 million years to do a sequel to that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
nobody
they
cared.
should have done it like 2 years later. Get it while it's
Exactly.
hot.
That was funny, dude. You
That
mean back
movie
when
was
they were funny?
hilarious.
Like Avatar did.
No, it's even worse than Avatar's worse. Avatar,
Greetings. Let me greet.
Smurfs in space.
Let me greet. Greetings. Welcome to Monday, June 23rd, 2025. I think we're counting down to the last 2 days of this shit fest that is the Stern Show.
And then 60 days off.
And I know, well, okay, don't get carried away. I think we'll probably do like a
Well, no, I would not have to listen to that
couple
show.
shows.
I don't give
We
a
don't
shit
have
about
to
doing this. This is fun. That is not fun.
That is not fun. I agree.
This is fun. That's not fun.
I agree. If anybody asked me today, so what happened on the show, I could not tell you.
I got asked that question at dinner.
Yeah, I could not tell you what happened on the show.
Spit in my face! Oh yeah!
Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, the only things I got at, the only takeaways I have from today is the 91 people on that staff, which is still shocking to anybody. And
I don't believe it.
Samantha got reamed. No, they had a whole discussion about it today, and Samantha got reamed for being like a total douchebag asshole, which I was appreciative of.
Yeah, she should, because she is everything they said she is.
Absolutely, and more. And then also the fact that JD is fatter than High Pitch Eric. So that was, I was trying to find a really good picture of High Pitch currently, and I couldn't.
You're bigger than me.
I couldn't really.
Actually, he posted one like 2 days ago, like a few days ago.
Let me see.
On in IG, he looks pretty skinny.
On Instagram, on Stupid Girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Spit in my face! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
It's easy to do that fake voice. I was asked in the chat what I'm drinking. I am actually drinking a Emerald. It is Irish whiskey, sweet vermouth, and a little orange bitters. I'm using Dark Hedges cognac aged Irish whiskey.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Well, this is
with a little garni in there, of course.
What is
Hey, Robin? I'm eating a homemade Western bacon cheeseburger.
Nice.
Delicious.
What makes it Western?
Basically, it's just a clone recipe off the Carl's Jr., but you can make it with like a really good beef and shit like that.
Oh, it's not the Carl's Jr. beef.
Oh no, that's what makes it good. And if anybody's a fan of that, the barbecue sauce is just Bullseye Hickory. It's like $2 for a thing. It's really good.
What? What's wrong with Bullseye Hickory?
It's like sugar with like brown coloring. Come on, you know it's true. It's got
hickory. It's got hickory flavor.
Yes. All right, I'm looking at Eric. And I don't see skinny Eric though. Lots.
Wait, it should be his first post.
I see it, but I don't get a body shot.
Well, yeah, it's just his face. I mean,
well,
his face is visibly thinner.
We'll come back to that.
All
right. So yeah, let's talk about how can we be sure the claim about 90 staffers isn't a hoax? Because what's the point?
Gary said it, and Gary is a moron. He'll just
honestly
in Howard's mind that he has such a big staff. Look at me, the big swinging dick in the serious universe.
Yes.
So he sees it as being something, to be proud of. We see it as, what the hell do these people do all day? Like, who are these people and what do they do all day? That's it.
Nothing. They play Tetris.
They play Tetris. They play Wordle. They do their crossword puzzles. I can't even imagine that they're busy all day. It's shocking. So anyway, we'll get into that when they get into it later on in the show. But for now, let's talk about
what?
Music.
The start of the show and
yes. Oh wait, actually, interesting fact.
Wait. Okay, yes.
So I actually, I started listening 2 minutes before the show was supposed to come on. The old show from last Wednesday finished a minute before 7:00. It's 6:59 that finished. They had time for like one little commercial, and then they ran into the thing. And the show opening didn't start till 7:02. It was
And he's been
really
doing that 7:02, 7:03.
yeah, but before they've had commercials, like 5 minutes of commercials, and this was like somebody really screwed up. They couldn't count backwards.
Idiots.
They literally couldn't count backwards.
Idiots.
Thank you.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just so tired.
Better or get you in the mood.
People love when I sing. I
Yeah,
know
they
I
love
sound
it.
good. Call me the American nightmare. Call me
I'm already yawning.
the American dream.
You turn up a little bit to get all the excitement.
Collector or connector. They'll need everything you need.
I don't even want to play the rest of the clip. How about that?
It's so painful.
It is
It literally is painful.
Mhm.
And you know, as soon as I heard he was actually starting that "Hey Now" bullshit, like as soon as the song started, and you're just like, please
Well,
stop.
yeah, please just stop.
Stop.
I know. I don't know how I did this, but I have 25 clips. I don't know how.
Oh, there was actually some nuggets in that pile of dog shit.
Yeah, but they're really little baby like rabbit turds.
Oh, they're
really-
absolutely. I mean,
no,
they're
not nuggets.
they're little cubic zirconias. I mean,
So yeah, Melvin, we don't know if this is the last year. I mean, Dennis will swear to you that it is.
it's looking like it.
I don't know. None of us know.
We don't know, but it's looking like it because Jesus Christ, there's nothing saying I'm going to be here for another 5 years. There's really nothing saying that. I
Maybe
mean,
he'll do 3 years. Maybe he'll do 2 years. He doesn't need to do 3 years. 5 years, right?
in his mind, he does though. You got to remember, everything in his mind is all like buckwalled.
Well, he'll talk about it a little bit during the show. But you have to know that he's just all out of laughs because Chris Wilding took it all out of him this morning.
all out of laughs.
Yeah.
I'm so lost.
Oh my God, we were sitting here just shooting the shit, shooting the breeze, and Chris Wilding started doing his Bigfoot impression, and I'm all out of laughs. I laughed so hard that my sides were splitting. His
So you've
Bigfoot
already done a show.
I've done a show, so I'm going to say goodbye. As far as I'm concerned, I've done a show. I hope somebody recorded it. It's terrific. Time ain't something.
All right, so instead of, I don't know, actually doing real prep, they're sitting there, as he said, shooting the shit. So basically, their pre-show meeting is as much work as the regular show. There is no prep. There is no getting ready for this. There is no making sure everything works. They're just sitting there, playing fucking
Shooting the shit, watching him play guitar,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the show.
Yeah,
But he
pretty-
doesn't care. He doesn't have to care because everything is lined up for him. Like I have these clips here that tell me exactly what it is that we're going to talk about, except, there's not 90 people preparing this stupid shit for your listening pleasure. So there's that. I don't know. Yeah, so then they went into like just a whole Bigfoot thing that I didn't care about.
It was 43 minutes actually. If you want to actually know, it was 43.
I don't want to know. And
because I listened to most of it. I was working on my computer. Thankfully, I was ignoring it. But Chris Wilding was insufferable today.
Insufferable. He's
Insufferable.
always insufferable, and he's the new flavor twink of the week, and so Howard has him on quite often, and he does these horrible impersonations. They all sound like his Dr. No, Dr. Now, whatever his name is, and which is really the only impression he does that's even remotely funny, if you want to call it that. But yeah, they just plumb out of laughs, and a lot of bullshit phone calls today too. It was kind of crazy.
The one broad that called in, I know I've heard that voice before, but she didn't live in that state. She lived in another state.
Yeah, they all do.
It's funny how the current incarnation of the Howard Stern show, the only thing it has in common with the old Stern show is the name. It's essentially if like you were watching the last season of the Brady Bunch, the whole cast was replaced by cousin Oliver. And Alice was the only original cast member left. It's literally like 10 cousin Olivers and Alice.
And don't forget, what's his name? The butcher. What was his name?
Sam?
Huh?
Sam the butcher?
Sam the butcher.
Yeah. Sam and Alice are the new.
Sam would have too much dignity to associate with this. But literally, this show has nothing in common. It's like remember like when they did Meatballs 1, it was popular, and then they both already say I was not going to do this again, so they brought back his brother, and it's just like a totally different movie, totally different, but just the same name. This is Howard Stern is just a shitty direct to VHS version of what he used to be.
Yes.
Okay, hello, valuable streamer. I verify that you have few followers and viewers and users who are not very active in the chat. This is from Kick, whom I don't even give like a remote thought to. But thank you.
Mental note: don't go to Kick.
Exactly. Note to self: don't go to Kick. Talking of Kick, here's a caller with such a ridiculous bullshit story. It's actually quite possibly the biggest bullshit story that they've had on in a long time. And this goes beyond the sex tips and shit like that. Here we go.
Time. So I got kicked out of a zoo this weekend, and I want to tell anybody listening, don't do what I did.
Okay. Do you want to know what he did? Do you want to know what he did, Xavier?
Does it involve thumbs and monkeys' butts?
No.
Then I don't care.
Okay.
I isolated the sounds of Marianne and Anne Marie with Fred's background of chimp noises, and put it and doubled it up to a single audio piece and put it in, and I put on the glass for the monkey, not to cause any problems, just see what they would if they'd talk back, if there'd be, and they went ape shit crazy. No,
really?
Sure.
Now, just call me crazy, but wouldn't you want to hear said audio?
Oh, you mean you actually have proof that you did it?
Proof?
What's the old saying? Brevity is the soul of wit.
Yes.
The show is definitely
started attacking each other.
No wit.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Fans of the show, don't do it because it causes
that'd be terrible. You don't want the monkeys to hurt each other, but I mean, for you to go to all that trouble, I mean, what the hell? I mean,
okay, really?
Jesus Christ.
Horrible. I mean, this is the show these days, you guys. It's insanity. I don't even know how we do this anymore. I swear to God.
I mean, honestly, so was he on the 37th floor or the 38th floor? Because and does he have a regular cubicle or is he really just in a bullpen?
I think he's
that's all I want to know. And does he eat lunch with anybody else on the staff?
I'm still struggling with 91. I'm struggling with it.
So this is what they're doing. This is what 91 people can do.
Come on.
I
mean, you say 91 they want. I don't fucking believe it.
I do. Gary is a moron. Remember, Gary is stupid.
Yeah. You know what, dude? They're literally counting people that probably haven't been there in like 8 years. It's it's like if we were just putting a little box up, except with Mr. Puzzle, that said Grace.
Think about this.
Still pretending that he's on the show.
The last time we chatted about this, there was about 70 people there, admitted 70 people. They hired on an additional over 20 people since then. Why?
Sure.
For what?
Give me an idea as to what any of these people do.
They don't do anything.
They do nothing. They literally play video games and crossword puzzles and shop online.
And you know the delicious thing about it is, when you're, every one of us has had those moments at work where you're just doing like busy work to look busy. You're done basically, and it's me. Well, hey, that's the reason I started the fucking podcast. But you're basically like sitting at your desk, and nobody's coming to you with anything because it's like end of season or whatever it is, and you have like just a month of like absolute disastrous downtime. And I would sit there with like one jacket and like change the zipper, and then I would change the color of the zipper, and then I would change the stitching, and it's just like busy work, just bullshit work.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely.
That's what these people do all day long.
What's the most audacious thing you guys did while still on the clock? Without saying something that's going to get you.
This is well, not really on the clock, but I had one job I hated so much. I just went out with some buddies and we went out drinking, and then we came back to work. I mean,
that's just Tuesday. Okay.
Well, I mean, for the most part, I mean, in finance, I don't have to do anything. I mean, I learned a lot on Wikipedia a few times, because with finance, there are times where it's just dead. And there's no projects.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
you're just stealing money, basically.
And I'm literally I create a program, and then I go to Wikipedia and I learn about something. And I mean, literally that was literally the worst I've ever done. I'm not terrible. It's just
I think the worst I ever. Go ahead.
What about you, Bo?
Well, I was going to say, and it's not the worst I've ever done because it was just, I considered it a perk of my job, is whenever I used to have to go to Europe to go shop the stores, I would always take an additional 3 days and on the company's dime and go somewhere I have never been before, just for shits and giggles, just because I wanted to go and, explore somewhere new. And, interflights in Europe are so cheap,
They're dirt cheap.
and so you could go pretty much anywhere in Europe for like, $70, $80.
Oh, totally.
And so it was no big deal, but I would plan it as part of my trip, but it wasn't part of my trip at all. It was just that I felt like going somewhere new, and I would literally just close my eyes and pick it out on a map, out of places that I hadn't been before, and just go and spend a weekend and then fly home from wherever. But so that would be what I would do. But I mean, they knew I was doing it, so it's kind of, it was a little slackery on my part, but that's okay.
Yeah, me and my one of the many, me and my friend James, they sent us out to do B-roll, to do like last sunset stuff, and we would go out. It was like in Puerto Vallarta, well, actually north of Puerto Vallarta, where they filmed Predator, and we would just set up these 3-hour time lapse, and one of us would go, okay, we would go and get like 2-hour massages, then we would come and tag out, and they're like, okay, your turn. It was pretty awesome. That's just one of.
It is awesome. You know what? But when you're traveling and for your work and for what you did, your hours was such dick. It's just such dick hours. I can't even imagine that you didn't just roll into bed and fall asleep like every single day or night or whatever.
You can, but you sometimes you just power through that shit.
Listen, Mike White said, I worked a Sunday shift in janitors for double time, and I wiped the same 4x4 square section of wall with an alcohol wipe for 6 hours straight.
That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. That really is. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, here's another one. 25 years ago, the company I worked for sent me to headquarters across the country for a special project. When I got there, they had nothing for me to do, so I was paid $75 an hour to surf the web. Beautiful thing. That's a beautiful.
That is amazing.
Good for you.
Stick it to the man, bro.
Stick it to the man.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love trips. First of all, I used to love overseas trips because, even though they wanted you to go there to monitor the goods and production and stuff like that, there was nothing to do. It's not like I could sew. Yeah, I mean, I could shove something through a thing, but it's not like that's what.
Oh, dude, yes.
And they just wanted to take you out to dinner and wine and dine you.
I was so jealous about that because when I traveled, I got to travel to exotic places like Detroit and
Green Bay,
Ohio, and New Jersey.
Yes.
I mean, I went to some. Atlanta, Georgia, actually Buckhead, which and
Buckhead's like that. Buckhead's an amazing place, bro.
Yeah, but then the best place I went was Miami.
Miami
was
bro.
good.
Bro, I remember I was in Miami with my friends on my birthday, and they wanted to take me out to like bars, and then they go, "Oh, let's go to a strip joint," and then like literally it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. I go, "I gotta go, guys. I got an early call next day." And my friend looked at me and goes, "Why? We're your bosses, bro." I'm like, 2 executive producers were there, and then like, "Yeah, man, come on, I gotta be fucking honest about this shit." And then my friend Dave, who was the production man, goes, "Dude, I do the time card. Where the fuck are you going?" So
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's so funny. I've never worked somewhere where I've had to like do time or anything like that. I've never gotten paid overtime in my life. I've never had a job where overtime was actually something that you got. You were expected to work until you were done, and that's it. But I mean, I was paid well, so it wasn't.
You were salaried.
Of course, sure.
Yeah.
Melvin says sometimes I'd set up auto emails staggered to send every 30 minutes. I'll draft these the night before, then take half or a full day off. If anyone checks, they can see that I've been emailing all day. I like it.
Good job, everybody. Good job.
So since COVID and all these people working from home and all these bullshit work at home jobs, a lot of companies have set up those things where they can monitor your monitor at will.
Oh, they put GPSs in like the little
Kinda.
computers now.
It's kind of
Like-
like you have that. What's that thing where like if your Haji has to come in and check what's going on your computer,
Remote desktop.
like
Yeah.
a remote desktop, so they can remote desktop you at any
Yeah.
given time during the day and see what's
Absolutely.
going on your computer.
Yep.
Well,
And
some of us didn't have those kind of jobs.
I'm so done with all that. I don't.
oh my god, I couldn't be more happy to not
I
and
can't.
not have to think about that. You
Just
know,
so
I have
everybody
my
knows,
friends at work, and I know they're still working like fucking dog, and it's like it just sucks for them.
you know,
I mean, I
Mo-
spent an
Mo
hour out
actually-
in the sun today.
Mo puts little thingies for Dennis and I, so she wants to make sure we're doing our job.
Yeah, I put little trackers on them.
But you know what? All I do is I just put like these little things up and
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
$2. Here's what about Al? When I worked for Van Shoes, our store was closing for good. All of us employees called our friends and had them come in and grab whatever they wanted without paying. We didn't care. Yeah, you know, that's the problem with you kids. When you
Yeah,
were kids,
exactly.
kids don't give a
Delinquents.
shit. Kids don't give
Delinquents.
a shit. They really don't.
We did honest stealing.
We did
That's
too.
that's his theft. That's his
It's so
theft.
true. I remember when I was younger, I had a job for a minute. You know, it was in the summer, and there was a leather company. They made these really cool bomber jackets. It was called Averex, and they looked like authentic, like World War II bomber jackets. You know, they had patches on them and fur collars. Like it was stunning, and they had this little outlet in Queens, and I had to take a test. I had never worked retail in my life, and I had to take a test to see how honest I was. And apparently I failed by one.
No shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm
No,
so
because I
surprised.
think one of the questions was, you know, did you ever take home pens from work? And I'm like, yeah, of course I did. And that's considered theft. And so and I was like, oh, okay. Well, so anyway, so this dude worked there with me, and he was really kind of skelsy. And something happened where some dude paid him like $100 for a receipt because he wanted to claim something as stolen, which wasn't. And the guy gave it to him, and he gave him like $100 cash. And so when they approached him about it, he said it was me. And I was like, I didn't do that. Like, I wouldn't do that. But I was the one who failed the fucking do you steal exam because I said I stole like pens from work. And so I got fired.
oh, they shit can you?
They
Yeah.
shit canned her. Yes.
Look,
Yeah.
hey, you want to tell them the story about the sandwiches in San Diego?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The New York sandwiches
What?
What?
that were how I managed to eat. Do you know that I once ate
Oh yeah.
a freshly made Italian sandwich from New York?
Here's what I did. Here's what I did for him, because I just needed him to have a Wegmans hero. So a Wegmans sub, Danny's favorite Wegmans
You might
sub.
want to skip some of the details, but yes.
That's right. If anybody's ever had them, you know how good they are. And so I was like, you really need to try these. You know, I would love for you to try it. And matter of fact, I'm going to
3,000 miles away.
3,000 miles away. So here's what I did. I had them made. Did I put like the liquid on the side, or I did not?
Yeah, you kind of did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I didn't have them dressed so that it wouldn't get soggy or anything. So I got him 2 extra long
Ooh.
Danny's Heroes. I put them in a cold pack cooler, and I had like some cold pack stuff from like something or another. And an old company that I worked for,
Yes,
for some bizarre reason,
unnamed.
still had their FedEx number. And so I logged in and I FedExed him overnight, first AM delivery, 2 fucking sandwiches. I think it cost, how much did that cost?
It was a couple $100.
Couple $100, so
Yeah.
that he could have 2 Wegmans Danny's.
They were
Hero.
delicious too.
Fucking delicious. But yeah, I did that once.
Well, I worked at one place that I was doing finance stuff, but I was with the guys that do all the engineering,
Mhm.
and I was working on my charger at the time, and I needed to ship stuff. And the guy from engineering is like, "Fuck it, here's the FedEx number. And here's a box. Just bring this shit in, send it in. Don't worry about it, dude. You're working real hard on that car. Don't worry about it." So I sent brake lines, and I had brake lines sent back and everything, all for free. I mean, I had half the car shipped back and forth.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I had an entire interior shipped out for free.
I love it.
Yeah, there's nothing better than the free shit that that you kind of earned. I remember like in Brazil, my friend, who I would just call him the White Russian because that's all he ever did is always on set. He always had a White Russian in his hand.
God!
And we did a whole thing like a whole shot all day, and the trade out was Seiko, and Seiko had like a male and a female version of these watches that were each like almost $2,000. And when we had wrapped, and he goes, "Hey, dude, do you want to watch?" "Yeah." And he just threw both of them at me. He goes, "Yeah, they don't care what we do with these." He just gave me $4,000 worth of watches. Like
did you sell them?
I still have one, and the other one I think I gave to my mom or something. I don't know.
Oh, you're so
remember.
Aww.
Okay, Danny's favorite is Italian sub featuring thinly sliced Genoa salami, gabagool, spicy ham, topped with provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, and Wegmans signature sub oil. And then all the fixins, lettuce and tomatoes and peppers. And
Not all of them are cheap, bro. Some of them apparently are kind of expensive.
No, Seiko actually made high dollar. They also made high dollar stuff.
Yeah.
And also a great porn star.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't know how I didn't know how expensive they were until I Googled them. I went, "Holy shit!" And I remember like working on next season of that same show. The dude that literally almost died when those watches thought I was wearing one. He goes, "Oh, I have the same watch." I go, "Yeah."
Oh my God. One time, and somebody just reminded me, Jamie's talking about her sister's firm as a cashier growing up. We had a girlfriend who was she worked at McDonald's, when it was that when you were 15 or 16, that's what you did for a job, not a full-time job. And so, but there used to be that McDonald's game with Monopoly. And,
the one the scandal one.
Okay. And so I swear to God, she took from McDonald's two big boxes. The boxes were like this big of the pieces. And we sat there, me and like 4 or 5 of my girlfriends.
Oh, geez.
And we opened there were hundreds of them. And I swear to God, these things are so rigged. I think the most we got was like free Big Macs, or like we won $5. And I think she won like $25. And that was it. That was it out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
Well, my friend produced the documentary that they put. It was on HBO or Prime, whatever it was. And basically all they did is there was a specific printer that did the winners, and they just like compromised him, and they just like, let's just mix it, and they kept them, and they just gave them to like cousin Schleppy or their other, like all the people that had won had like some like 2 or 3 people in common throughout nationwide. So yeah.
Yeah, it was slightly not honest. It was slightly not honest.
Jeremy, I love that game too. I used to play it all the time. I was so into it.
But there was literally no chance of ever winning anything because they never, the winners never actually made circulation.
That's amazing. And that's the other thing. We'll get back to this stupid, insipid show.
We'll get back to that. That's right. That's what
yeah.
I mean, you talk about like.
Anyway, one more.
Spit in my face. Oh yeah.
Games of chance and stuff like that. For the first 2 drafts for the Vietnam War, when the numbers were poured into the thing to pick out the numbers, they didn't mix them or do anything adequately to them. And that's why like such a huge percentage of kids that were drafted for the Vietnam War, especially very, very early on, were all from the same months. It was all like November, December, like October and stuff like that. And it wasn't even by chance. It was just that they fucked up and they didn't spin the balls.
That's so messed up.
Oh, it's so horrible. It is horrible. Okay, so here's a commercial for a show called Department Q. I don't know anything about it, but it's on Netflix. So if anybody's seen it, just let me know. But here's a commercial.
Do you know what I'm thinking of doing? I should tell you. I shouldn't tell you this, but I will. This is an exclusive. I am watching a television show on Netflix that is so fucking good. It's got my brain rattled. It's the best. It's the best. It's called Department Q. I don't know if you've seen it.
I just finished it.
Well, don't tell me, and do not spoil it
Here's
for me,
what now.
please. No, if you do, I'm not. By the way, I'm not talking to you off the air until I'm done with the show. I mean, I love Department Q, and I am writing a whole album around it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Keep saying the name of it. Keep saying that before you get that commercial in. Keep saying it.
Yep.
Keep
Money
saying
well
it.
spent on the Stern Show to advertise.
So, they were going to watch Department Q the other day, and he made a date with his wife to watch it. And it's so bizarre to me to, I mean, and I don't know if I'm the crazy one here, but I usually like Netflix and TV shows and stuff like that. I save for like nighttime viewing. Like I never really watch TV series or TV shows during the day. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not something I ever think to do. It's like, it's 8:00. Let's see what's on TV. Watch something. So here's them talking about making a date to watch TV. Here we go.
Yesterday we made a date to watch it. We met at 3:30. We started watching Department Q.
3:30. We made a date at 3:30 to watch Department Q, which is so bizarre to me. It's like you're so not normal. You're an abnormal human being who doesn't have a life.
I think this is all farcical. It's just to make part of the commercial. I honestly
I do believe that he watches TV at like 3:00.
Oh, absolutely. He doesn't do any work. No.
He's in bed by like 8.
I mean, he eats lunch at 11 a.m., takes a nap from 11:30 to 12:30, and then he wakes up and he probably then starts watching TV.
Yeah. That's all we got. All right, here we go. Let me finish this.
At 4:15, she goes, "That's it. We're done watching." I go, whoa. Why do we have to stop at 4:15? We don't eat dinner till 5:00.
Who watches an hour-long show for 45 minutes and then says that's it?
Somebody that's lying and making up a story with Beefus.
She goes, "I have things to do. We got a new rabbit, which she's fostering, and this and that." Every room I go into, there's some new situation going on.
You don't know what's behind that door.
I say, honey, this place is like a barn. It is crazy.
What?
We now have a rabbit named Earl. No, not Earl. Yeah, Earl.
Earl the rabbit.
Earl. He's so fucking cute. He's all white with little giraffe ears. I go into my garage. He's in the temporary holding pen while Beth is trying to figure out where to put him. I said,
he doesn't even have a room yet. He's in overflow.
No. Yeah, he's in overflow. Now the garage has been taken over. I go, honey, what's in the garage? And it's cute. He's got like giraffe ears. He's all white and he's got little spotted ears that are so cute. But I looked at him and now I got so many animals I talked to. I go, who are you?
So Beth, of course, I feel so bad. Can you imagine light on in Earl's room by mistake all night? Go ahead, Xavier. Sorry.
Can you imagine having the need to name rabbits? It's like me naming all my little fish in my tank. It's like,
I know. Do they actually?
What a colossal waste of fucking time.
Do they know names?
No.
No, rabbits are basically dinner waiting.
No, he's cute.
Okay, let's give them the commonality that they're all cute. No part of them have evolved to recognize any sort of names or anything like that. There's no part of them.
And you don't have you don't have the clip about talking about how hard it is to take care of it. He says.
But that's why rabbits reproduce really quick because they're morsels. They're like the fucking meatballs of the animal kingdom.
Absolutely, they're
born, and within a month or two they can make more rabbits.
I remember watching my sister's rabbit, and I was like, "Oh, he's so cute. Maybe I'll keep him. He's so cute. He's so cute. He's cute." Meanwhile, he's sitting on my lap. He chewed through my fucking jeans, just sitting there, just gnawing away. And I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" He's like, he's a cute rat.
They're cute, but they're just biological machines.
Furry squirrel.
That's all they are.
Like he's cute. Earl is cute. Okay, so here's so Beth is exhausted, and obviously that's why she couldn't watch Department Q at 3:30 in the afternoon.
So tired.
So tired. Here she
So
is.
tired.
My wife's exhausted.
Is
She
exhausted.
walks around all day.
All day.
All day.
The other day, I swear, it's like running an animal house. My cat Walter is still with us. Thank God.
Thank
He's in the
God.
midst of
Yeah.
dying. He has cancer.
In the midst of dying.
But Beth now administers. She gives shots to him of. She gives him an IV of fluid every day, and he's perking up, and his tumor even shrank a little bit
Wow.
because he's on.
So
I know that. How often does he go to
Well-
the doctor to check on this fucking tumor
So
for a 19-year-old cat who's going to die soon anyway?
once again, like much with like Yoda and Love and Hearts, if she can do that, why isn't she saving Robin's life right now?
So
I mean,
actually,
seems like the obvious question to ask, right?
so
yeah.
of course, when I was asked about dinner, the veterinarian asked me,
Yes.
and I said, "Well, you got to believe this. See, beef was giving. Well, at first it was a shot, then it was some sort of injection. No,
Right.
then it was actually it's just sub-Q fluid, and it magically made the tumor that was in its mouth, no, in its throat. It was somewhere, and it's actually made it shrink.
How do we know this?
I know.
How
Wait.
No.
But wait, remember, this is also the person that had Yoda that had a sad heart. That was the diagnosis, and I went to Mrs. Chair. I said, you know what? You need to start diagnosing cats with sad hearts
sad heart.
because that has to be a
Absolutely.
big thing. You have to have sad heart disease, and they need kittens
That's right.
And-
And
and-
because
it's-
the cure to sad hearts.
yeah,
And
go.
let's not forget that Yoda probably died 10 years prematurely.
It's true.
That's what's true.
Yoda is dead, right?
Like,
Yes,
yeah,
he's dead.
Yoda's dead. Grogu's dead. Bianca's
Grogu
dead. What?
Grogu is dead.
Yeah, all the dude.
Oh, what
She-
happened to Grogu? I don't
She
ever
took,
remember.
you know what? She puts troughs in front of them. They eat uncontrollably. You know, in nature, an animal is lucky to eat once a week. These guys eat like 10 pounds a day. What do you think is going to happen to them?
It just dumps food out in front of them because it's anorexics just do that though. They'll have the fattest animals.
Absolutely.
And
You
fat
always
children.
see
They'll have
these
fat children and fat animals.
anorexic women with their ginormous children.
Yes.
You know, but
know,
but the big difference is
Have to
in the
walk with their hands
big,
like flippers
the
in the back,
big,
can't walk. What?
the big difference is, yeah, there's people that do that. They gorge their beloved pets, but most people don't go around professing that they're animal experts.
It's an animal expert.
That's the big difference.
It's an
like, hey,
animal expert.
Hey, I'm not telling you how to love Fido, but you know, don't go around saying I'm an expert at this. No, you're not.
Yes,
you don't know what the fuck
Michael.
you're doing.
They do more for a feral cat than they did for Scott the Engineer.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That goes
I
without
commented.
saying.
I commented on that this morning. I said, "Wow, if only Scott's." Because somebody calls in about making a donation. I think you probably pulled the clip of the guy called in about making a donation.
I think so. I don't even know.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, too bad you didn't do that for Scott's wife.
Exactly.
You piece of shit.
And remember, like they were literally watching Hank the Angry Dwarf kill himself, and all they could ever think of doing is like, hey, when you die, can we taxidermy you so we can keep you in the studio? None of them fucking tried to help him.
No,
like, in hindsight, they're like, oh well, you know, we hinted that we could have helped. No, fuck you. No, you didn't. And it's this list of all these things, the horrible things that they've done.
Let me finish the clip.
Yes, Jeremy.
We put him on some drug that it shrinks non-cancerous tumors, but for some reason his tumor is going down. So then I thought he didn't have cancer. Don't ask what's going on. The bottom line is this: he's still in the game.
Still in the game. Yeah, he's watched a few people kill themselves. You're exactly right.
He's literally saying this to a woman who's dying of cancer.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part.
You think there's a disconnect there, just a little?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost cruel, but if Robin was actually a person I would care about.
Dude, it's literally it's like taking Stevie Wonder to a Jackson Pollock exhibit. What the fuck are you doing? Seriously, man.
It's like taking a eunuch to a strip club. You know. It's just...
Well, thank God. So yesterday, Howard had some, blissful me time. Here's what he did.
But yesterday, I had a great day. I sat in a room and played guitar for 6 hours.
6 hours.
And
6 hours.
I tell you, I'm addicted to it. I love it. I'm not very good at it.
In your guitar room?
No, I don't put them in there. I don't want, because Walter, when he gets stressed out, will spray on the guitars. I do not want that.
Idiot.
6 hours though. Could you imagine that? 6 hours and you play like that. I mean, seriously, that should tell you to stop.
I don't think on any given day Howard is awake and or alive for 6 hours.
6 hours straight?
Absolutely.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
There's no way that
So
happened.
I'll tell you what happened. He started playing or
Yes.
whatever the fuck he does. Then he hit there obviously a couch in there and he laid down and fell asleep. He woke up 5 hours later and he went back to it. 6 hours.
Tone God, thank you so much. I'd like to be the first to donate to the foundation for cats with sad hearts. Coincidentally, I used that excuse to call out from work and it failed.
That's a good one.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Gosh, where to go right now?
Wait, Walter must be a music lover.
Yes, of course he is.
Vincent Ostrowski.
Yes, of course he is.
I think
Vince.
that's why he pisses on him.
Exactly. He sprays on those fucking guitars. That's perfect. So apparently high pitch Eric was outside for some reason or another when JD et al. Came back from recording something. You know, before we get into this when we're still on the Beth thing, I don't know why I was thinking about it tonight. I was on the phone with my friend Rochelle.
Yes.
And,
From Rochelle?
Rochelle, of course. And I was thinking to myself, because she doesn't really cook and I know she wants to learn how to cook and stuff like that. And I was thinking, there has never been a time in the 25 years that Howard is married to Beth, other than the engagement chicken, that he ever has said, my wife made the most amazing meal last night, or my wife baked some, or my wife cooked. Never has he ever said that she has ever made anything in that house. I mean, think about her life. Think about never having to go to like the supermarket, never having to like do anything other than get the big fucking mixed bag of cashews, as opposed to just getting cashews that she could get whole and without the mix. Like she's never done anything.
100% they either send someone out or they have Amazon Fresh bring shit to their.
Oh, I think the personal chef probably goes out.
Yeah,
and goes shopping.
You're right. You're right. You're up. You're 100% right.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily sure if that's an every night thing, but I've watched enough TikToks to know that a lot of people, like with chefs, will do meal prep. So they'll prep out like 3 or 4 days for their person, and then if the person is having like guests over, then they'll be there on hand to do all the cooking and everything. But he definitely has staff who does.
But they're such veals. I mean, both of them are veals.
So easy to cook for. They're so stupid.
Yeah, but the other thing is they can't do anything themselves. Could you imagine Howard using a microwave?
No.
But she eats candy.
Yes.
And frozen pizza heated.
All right, so that's what he did. Yes.
I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere, like such as, and
the Iraq and everywhere they're like such as.
She's so bright.
Dude, that chick, if you look her up, she's still smoking hot.
I know. God damn.
She's literally so hot that if you would have,
doesn't matter.
Every time she uses her brain, it's like, remember, like when you get those new textbooks in school, they'll just crack because they've never been. That's her brain.
How do I look her up?
She's never ever used her brain.
How do I look her up?
Just put Team Miss South Carolina.
Miss Teen.
I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere, like such as, and
Iraq.
Miss Teen USA 2007. Kate Upton. Okay, let's look her up.
Ooh. That's not Kate Upton, or is that her name? The same name?
Same as the incredibly hot model.
Whatever happened to her?
She got.
She just had a baby with her husband's like with the Giants
baseball player.
Like yeah,
the pitcher.
Oh, she is cute. Here she is.
Let me see.
Such as,
and so.
Ooh, wait. Hold on. There we go. That one right there.
Literally, it's like you know, like the Star Wars collectors action figure.
There's
her
a
brain
newer picture right there.
Her brain is mint in package.
Oh wait, the red right there in the middle of the red. That one right there. Perfect. Oh my. Yeah.
Think about being famous for being so hot that you never have had to use your brain once.
Never have to use her brain.
Never.
Yeah. Never had to use her brain.
No.
Never.
Nope.
Good for her. Listen, she finessed her way through life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably marry some rich ass lawyer or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good for her. She looks like a actress, and I'm trying to think who. She looks like somebody. Okay. I don't
High
know.
pitch? Huh?
Just like high pitch. Sure, just like high pitch. She's very cute. She is very cute. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about high pitch really quickly, just for a few seconds. Here we go.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's much thinner than before, but he's got a knee brace on. He's
mess.
I don't know his whole thing, but
he was saying that he's now skinnier than you, is he?
I'm sure he is. Probably. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Howard.
I don't think so. Is he?
He told me he's worried. I think he is, and he told me he's worried about JD's weight.
Of course he is. So here's the latest on high pitch.
He's thinner. Here's
the funny thing about high pitch is Insta. It's like cigar.
You gotta love the fact that he has $125 bottle of booze and the dude got SSI.
Cigar.
He's
cigar.
Clearly,
that is not a cheap habit.
Cigar.
Clearly, the people who monitor SSI income aren't on his Instagram. Because look at the second picture; it's literally like $130 bottle of booze.
Yeah, that is
buying with fucking welfare money.
Had 2 glasses of scotch tonight, watching the Knicks win.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he can.
Right. He knows nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Nobody's paying attention.
I imagine those aren't like $3 cigars he's smoking.
Yeah.
They're probably like $8-10 cigars.
Let me
minimum.
see. Here, I was looking at the cigars right over here.
Oh, he actually shows what they are?
This is my Sunday going smoking, listening to Sirius. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's go Knicks.
I can't see.
You know what's amazing?
Oh my God, she's gone completely black.
You know what's amazing is Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was arguably at one point the most fittest human being that has ever existed, had to have heart surgery because of smoking cigars. Fucking high-pitched Eric could fucking literally just put his lips on a coming diesel for fucking 20 years.
Absolutely.
And nothing will happen to him.
Absolutely.
It's fucking amazing.
Isn't
that guy is literally like deal with Satan or something, man. Like,
yeah. Well, he's pure evil, and pure evil does not die.
Dude,
pure evil stays around.
Like literally, apparently, like the Grim Reaper has standards or something, dude. Because think about
absolutely.
Like think of all these like physically fit guys that literally almost died.
My internet, she went down.
And high pitch Eric is fucking will keep going. He will outlive us all.
She went down.
Like Miss South Carolina.
You know who never goes down? Beth.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe on the pool boy.
I couldn't even refresh. Nothing. It just did nothing.
It happens.
It
OJ said that. Yes, he did.
It happens.
Wait, how do we not have that one soundbite? You think that'd be like one of the first things?
Okay, who's in? All right, let's move on. So then they get high pitch on the phone and they're asking him questions. And this question was, would you rather have Mike? Who is it? Mike Trainer? Who was it?
No, it was what's his name? Wahlberg. Was it Donnie?
No,
Wahlberg?
it was
Mark Wahlberg?
It was Mike someone or Sydney Sweeney. That was the
I thought it was Wahlberg and Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, hold on, let me look. Let me listen.
Oh no, Mike Perlman. Mike
Perlman.
It was Perlman. Eugene. It was Eugene.
What's the actual question?
Question is, would you rather have Mike Perlman's penis in your mouth or Sydney Sweeney's breasts in your mouth?
What?
I don't know how we got here.
What question is that?
I don't know how we got here.
Question I got asked.
I don't know how we got here, but here we
The
are.
fuck?
That's where we were.
Here we are.
Damn, dude.
Hold on, my little rubber noogie just came off of my.
I hate when rubber noogies go away like that.
Well, actually, what happened is it got stuck in my ear. Hang on, sorry.
Here,
See,
let me-
I have the foam ones. They're not rubber.
whoever came up with this bit,
Oh.
I just gotta say is
Hello, faggot lovers everywhere.
All right, here we go. Here's the question.
Yes,
You
it is.
keep up with your grooming, huh, Mike?
Do you know the actress Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, very attractive girl. If you
Let's pull up Sydney Sweeney.
Please do.
dude, it's I'm still like it just boggles my mind that would even be you could be comparing.
It's not
the
a
two.
comparison. It's
On
really
what?
not even an argument.
Like, who are
It's
you
not a
asking this
conversation.
question to?
The answer to this question is definitely not this.
Jesus, what a weirdo, bro.
Anything to be on the air. Gay for pay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on. Oh, dear Lord.
Okay. So sorry. Here's the question.
What?
Would you rather have Mike's penis in your mouth or Sydney Sweeney's titty in your mouth?
Mike's.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you're not gay. You're not
Holy
gay.
shit. No, he's not gay. We've established that. Robin, please stop bringing up gay.
Can you even?
What are you saying?
I mean, can you even imagine that? Being
Oh,
your
I
choice?
was just distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get rid of her.
Oh, darn.
Let me get rid of Sydney.
I mean,
I'll be right back.
why not make it something that's actually you'd have to think about? Like, would you like to have that dude's junk in your mouth or like lava, burning lava? You know, something you'd have to think about. You know,
Who would even? Is that even a choice for him?
lava.
He's still gonna
lava.
go with the cock and mouth.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, one time like anybody besides Howard.
So then, Hypage ask him what he's doing for the summer.
Hey, Howard, what are you doing for this summer? You going away at all?
No, you sound like everybody else. Everyone says to me, "You going away? You going away?" Yeah, that happened once. I went with Jimmy and Molly to Italy, but I'm not looking to go away again.
Don't make that. Don't think that's going to be a
Once is
regular
enough.
thing.
That's it.
I like my house. I like hanging out.
It'll take another 10 years to get him to go on a trip.
But like
Kimmel's already on vacation,
my
too.
grandson's going to be with me this weekend, and then my daughter's coming in with my two granddaughters, and you know, I mean, I'm hanging out,
But the
doing my
world
thing.
has to come to you. Yeah.
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 Okay, Melvin. That's not even a question for anybody.
Oh, come on, please.
Is on this show.
Please.
Okay.
It's
We are.
really-
We
that's
are.
not even- no.
We are strictly. They are strictly non-dickly in this.
Yeah, no, that's not
in
even a
this household.
question.
Okay.
None.
So then he's talking about somebody who's coming in tomorrow.
I'll tell you exactly who it is.
I got this. I'm with
But
you.
I know who I know who he actually is.
I got this too. So hang on. Let's hear the clip.
Thanks, guys. Listen, I do want to make a couple of announcements. Tomorrow, Lucas Nelson will be dropping by to
Willie
perform.
Nelson's son.
which I'm thrilled about. That fucking guy is so good. You know,
Wait, he has a
Never
son.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah. That's him.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought when he said Lucas, I thought he was gonna say Lucas Delabate.
Yeah, that would have been more exciting.
Hot house.
Ooh, I
Hot
love-
house. Hot
love it.
house.
when he did that tribute to his father, Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground.
It was horrible.
Oh, I
It
love that
was horrible.
performance, and I love the arrangement.
Really bad.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I gotta say this: the fact that this guy even like, who needs him when his father's still alive? It's
Exactly.
like it's like if Jim Belushi, you hired Jim Belushi if John Belushi was still alive. Who the fuck would do
Exactly.
that?
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
So anyway, not a Nepo baby, right? But
Oh
yeah.
no,
No,
not at
you
all.
think?
No, not at all. No,
And not only that, but your
no.
dad's literally a living legend. Who the fuck cares about him?
Well, the
Nobody
truth
does.
is, until he grew his hair long and got a beard, that's when he became kind of popular.
He looks nothing like Willie Nelson, by the way.
Yeah, I
there-
know.
He doesn't at all.
He looks nothing like him.
He looks like if you say, "Hey, this is Billy Cyrus's son," I go, "Oh, okay."
Okay, cool.
I mean,
believe that.
he's going hard with the hat. He's got the big hanging hats on. He's
Yeah.
really trying
Do
hard.
you
at this
think Willie
point.
Nelson kind of dies a little bit knowing that his son's a complete douchebag?
No.
I think Willie just lights up another blunt and goes, "Eh."
Yeah. All right.
Willie is like, what do you say, top 5 coolest people that's ever existed?
Oh,
probably?
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck cares
Absolutely.
about his son?
Nobody cares about his son.
Nobody.
It's
Except
really
except for the Howard Stern show.
Except for the Howard Stern show, and he's going to be at the end of the show, and it won't just be him playing songs. It's going to be like the other thing that happened, where he's going to
Yeah.
start doing a wiki with him, and no one cares.
Why doesn't anybody ask how Jason Bonham how that worked out?
What about Wolfie Van French Fry? How about him? What's his story? Like,
Robert Plant actually has a son that's actually a really good singer. You know what? Nobody gives a shit.
This is Robert Plant's son.
Because you still
doesn't matter.
Look at the 6 degrees of separation. How a chance meeting with A Star Is Born Bradley Cooper led Lucas Nelson to collaborate with Lady Gaga.
Sure. Not that he's Willie Nelson's son or anything. No.
Now, Bradley Cooper spent 4 years researching the role for A Star Is Born. It came time to actually film and record a soundtrack. He turned to musician Lucas Nelson. Yes, Willie's son. I'm sure he loves to hear that every time. They recruited fabled producer-songwriters Mark Ronson, David Cobb, Laurie McKenna. Was he talking about some other woman today that we don't give a shit about?
Yes, it was a bassist that was in some
this
sort
woman?
of.
Was it Laurie
It was
McKenna?
a woman. It was a bassist that was abroad, and I don't remember who it was. I'd have to look it up.
Hey, anybody in the chat, if you were listening to, I don't even think you wrote her name down.
I did. I wrote her name down. I did write her name down.
Dude, this guy
Hold
is
on, I'm
more,
looking it up right
He's
now.
way too big of a wiki for somebody I've never heard of.
This dude is more irrelevant than Zeppo Marx, bro.
Yeah, that's possible.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Nobody cares.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I just need to know now.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy.
Yes.
All right, I'm reading Rabbits.
Yes. Well, it was early. Just consider
Beefus.
Yeah.
Wouldn't come down.
Right after High Pitch Eric.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm scrolling.
The real question is Lady Gaga going to be in Joker 3?
Joker 3. That's funny. Joker 3.
You know that she was like completely crushed that people didn't like that movie? She was really banking on that shit. Because the first one made like $1 billion. And the second one didn't even like make 10 bucks.
Do you realize that did you saw the interview with the guy that was in there, the comedian that was playing the prison guard? And he said, what the fuck are we making? And one of the producers went to me, we had the worst fucking movie ever.
He literally did.
Making the worst movie.
Who lighted that? Who green lights a Joker musical?
Like it was the director. That's why.
No, what it was is when he because he wanted to do the first one, which was pretty decent, and they go, well, if you do this, you have to agree to do a sequel in case this one works out. So they had him under contract, and he's like, I don't want to do it. They go, you're under contract, bro. He tried to get out of contract. They said, you know what? Okay, I'll make a movie. And he literally thought of what's the worst thing I could fucking possibly do. And he said, I'm going to make it a musical.
He succeeded.
And he literally fucked the studio for forcing him to do the movie.
Dennis, you didn't put her name.
I didn't. You're right.
I know.
Fuck. It was.
Anybody in the chat know?
Thank you, Tommy.
She
but that's
turned
not
down
really
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what? I'm looking. You're right.
Wait, what are we talking about here?
Hi,
Some
Tommy.
broad-
Where have you been? Where the hell has Tommy been? That's Tommy from Stern Show. Tommy.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Carol K. Oh my God.
That's right, Carol. I gave a shit.
Is that like Carol King? I don't know what's going
I
on.
didn't know who she was either. We didn't know who she was. All right. It has nothing to do with this, but I'm pretty sure that 6 degrees of separation has something to do with Bradley Cooper.
Oh, absolutely. 1000%.
Pretty sure. All right, let's move on. Let us move on, shall we? Oh, this was so weird too. Okay, so yeah,
Yes.
let's get let's get rid of Lucas Nelson. 3 pages is way too.
He looks, dude. What a douche looking dude.
That's good. I know he really is. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Once again at dinner, I was asked what happened on the show, and I said, Jeffrey Ross gonna be on. I got a blank stare. I'm like, the guy that did roast 20 years ago and was funny. Oh, him? He's on? Yeah, and they're gonna talk about cancer. It's gonna be fun.
Are they really gonna talk about cancer?
Yes, he had cancer. Of course, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be a barrel last Wednesday.
Doesn't he have like a new?
Oh wait, is that why he went bald? Is that why he was bald?
Yes.
Was it chemo? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know that. Jeff Ross on taking one-man show to Broadway. Oh, this is him on Jimmy Kimmel. Let's see.
Is this worth the strike?
Our next guest from every roast since Dean Martin died. He is the best.
Okay, he's wearing a karate outfit.
Funny dude.
Oh, Jesus wept. Oh my
Wow.
God.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
All right, Jeffrey Ross. So Jeffrey Ross, if you don't know who he is, but you should know who he is because he's done every single roast that there is to do.
Yeah,
he's incredibly dry-witted.
He's funny, but 20 years ago.
So let's give it to him. Let's give him that he's. Oh, he also went to Boston University. Interesting. So let's hear what this. But this is what Howard has to say about him, which I found hysterical.
Jeffrey's so funny, Jeff Ross. Then I'll say like my kids will say to me, who's coming in? One of my daughters knew Jeff Ross, but two didn't. So
listen to this bullshit.
Kind of help him get his name out there a little bit.
I'm going to kind of help him get his name out there.
Are you kidding me?
This is what he's saying. Can you even imagine?
Dude, the Howard Stern is literally a black hole for fucking any sort of like
career building.
Career. It's like it's got a singularity, and once you pass the event horizon, and your career will never be seen
imagine
ever
the balls
again.
on him to think that because Jeffrey is going to be so basically what he's doing is he's throwing Jeffrey a bone.
He's throwing him a bone.
Because in reality, if he didn't have cancer, and maybe there's probably one or two other things he wants to talk to him about, he'd wind up on the wrap-up show.
Yes.
Because that's for sure
yes.
where Jeffrey Ross would be. But since Kimmel had him on, sure, let's put him on as well. But let me see about the cancer thing. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Personal life in June, sexual relation. What? In June, an allegation that Ross had engaged in a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old when he was 34 was published.
Wow.
His accuser had also posted these allegations on her Facebook page in 2019. He disputed the accusation, claiming that his relationship with her didn't begin until 2002 when she was an adult. In November 2020, Ross filed a defamation suit in New York State Supreme Court. Multiple named witnesses said that her claims were inaccurate and dishonest. Legal team accused her of extorting Ross for significant amounts of money. He dropped the case in March 23. Why'd you drop the case? Why'd you drop the case? If
They
she
settled out of court.
Yep,
that's why.
So I don't know.
They said it. The clip you just played for Kimmel said cancer on it. He talked about it on Kimmel already.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and Howard brought it up too. I listened to the show.
Jeff Ross.
Cancer.
Yes, comedian Jeff Ross had a colon tumor discovered during a colonoscopy. He mentioned this during an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, revealing that he had the procedure after a friend's encouragement. He had no symptoms and was surprised to find the tumor, according to IMDb.
See?
All right. Well, maybe him and Robin will have stuff to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, Robin's mic's going to be off.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I mean, she'll get to giggle a little bit.
Right. So then they went to commercial. He looks like melted sugar.
9 minutes of commercial.
Right. And then at the end of the commercials, they went into this clip of Robin, who, I think in her ear, she thinks she sounds good. Here we go. Stern Show.
You just got to ignite the light and let it shine. Just on the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make them go up, up, up as you shoot across the sky. Up, up. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burn.
Oh my God. Ears are bleeding.
Stop.
Yes.
Please stop. Jesus Christ. Please stop.
91 staffers. Yes, everybody. 91. Then we get another caller who's going to let us know that, stars, they're just like us.
So wait, hold on just 1 second before you get to that. When he comes back, he played a Elton John song.
Yeah.
And every song now, when he comes back, there's a wiki about it.
Of course, he knows everything about it.
And he dropped the truth thing that Bernie Taupin writes the lyrics without hearing the music. No shit.
Fuck off.
That was the big thing he said.
Wow.
I know. That was earth shattering.
Yeah. Well, here's a caller.
Fucking Bernie Taupin.
Steph, what can I do for you real quick?
Hi. First time, long time. Quickly, I my relationship with my husband, he's 15 years older than me. He's going on the road. I really feel like your relationship with Beth is like ours. We hate to be apart. We spend every moment of every day together. He's a musician, so he goes on the road. He's kind of winding it down a bit, but this opportunity came up and the money was too good to turn down. So we said yes, and I don't know how we're going to handle it.
Poor baby. So if he's a musician and he's 15 years older than you, that means that when you met him, he was already deep into being a musician. So this has always been his life, you stupid fuck. So
She named the band.
What are you asking?
It's all about him, Ed.
Ed, that's right. Stars, they're just like us.
They're just like us. So she named the band. Do you have that clip or no?
No, I couldn't get into her. She was
all right. So he's in the Jayhawks, which everybody, you've heard of the Jayhawks, right? I mean, they're like.
In fact, we have a clip for them right here.
But they, they're the ones they play.
Anybody wants to know?
Bullshit like that. They've been around forever, so it's like.
Can you play that again? That makes me laugh so hard. Please.
Really? I've been to Times Square and I've never seen that before. I've seen Elmo, but
it's catchy.
I've never seen that dude before.
Give me an idea on the Jayhawks.
Not a clue. I just know the name. I just know they go play like they play like fucking fairs and bullshit like
Aren't
that.
they like the Kansas City Jayhawks from like the college basketball or something like that?
They're a band from Minnesota, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them.
But they
learned
play carnivals and all sorts of shit.
Of course.
Good for them. I am happy for them.
Sure. I'm sure they had one song that was marginally good 30 years ago, and that's what they closed with. Because it got to like number 110 on the,
Really? I got to look them up now.
Okay, I got it. I'm right here.
I didn't even bother. I was like, whatever. Okay.
Here we go. The Jayhawks rock band. I don't know what Bob Dylan
hit songs.
Oh, 5 albums I can't live without, says Gary Louris of the Jayhawks. I wonder if that's her husband. Gary. Is your husband Gary?
I think it was.
Oh my God, Gary, you're so busy. Look,
He's a busy guy. He's busy.
He's 70. So
it's older Tim Burton.
Yes.
Exactly. Let's see. What's their best song? The Jayhawks, a band from Minnesota. Summer Tour. Let's see what they're playing.
So let's see what state fairs they're going to be playing. Oh, Toad! What Toad in my pocket? Wow.
Sure. Sixpence None the Richer. Is that the Kiss Me song? Kiss me.
Yeah, I mean, Toad the Wet Sprocket had one hit.
I was gonna look them up on my music thing, but I don't want to fuck up the algorithm. Next thing you know, I'm getting freaking Afternoon Delight and shit on my fucking.
Yeah, you don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what about now? They're gonna be out by you.
Look at that.
Wow. Go get tickets now.
Run, don't walk.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what's their most famous song? Just name it off the top of your head. Let's see.
How could I know? What do you mean? Name what off the top of my head?
I don't want to fuck up my algorithm. I'd rather you fuck up yours.
Wow. Okay.
It's taking me years to get mine the way I like it.
Let's see. Let's go to YouTube and see the Jayhawks. YouTube.
I mean, next thing you know, I won't be thinking, well, he didn't want to hear the Tears for Fears. Here's some Jayhawks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Jayhawks. Let's see.
Rock Chalk.
Well,
Blue. It looks like Blue, is it?
Something with 547,000 views must be from 8 years ago.
Well, that's when the video got put up. That was done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Sun.
Wait, where's my volume? Where's my volume button?
I don't know.
Here we are. Hang on. Let's see what he has to say.
I started in the band about 2 weeks after it began because their guitar player left to go to Austin, Texas, I think. So I was asked to join, and you know what? And over time, I've learned to appreciate the fact that what we have is pretty special. We have longevity. A lot of bands kind of had their hits, and then they went away. And we've had this kind of slower.
Yes, very slow.
Mediocre. So you've just been mediocre. Okay.
Exactly. You're just the average white man, really.
You know the Osmonds are still touring too, so shut up.
Exactly. So there's
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Forget the Jayhawks. Let's move on.
Make sure to catch them at your local casino when they come.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And of course, they're traveling by bus because
I wonder if they're going to come to the Strawberry Festival next year.
we can't all be Bruce Springsteen, who has like a private plane that says Bruce on it, and
Yes.
fly from place to place like all of your friends do.
But he's such an easy average guy.
I was worried
Such an
about guys when they're traveling by bus because you get in a bus accident, you're sleeping. A couple of musicians have died that way.
Yeah, and if a bus accident happens, you wake up in the middle of the accident. You had no anticipation.
No.
You don't even know where you are or what's happening.
Really, you stupid woman. What else is supposed to happen? What
All right,
else is supposed to happen with a bus accident?
So the funniest part about this is Mr. Rock and Roll fame, Mr. Metal, Mr. Rock and Roll, right? He says that, and the most famous person that died in a bus accident was Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton from Metallica, the bassist.
Yes.
Literally the most famous person I could right off the top of my head, the most famous person to die in a bus accident.
Tracy Morgan.
But he's not a musician.
And right, and he didn't die.
And it wasn't in a bus.
It was literally the best thing that ever happened to Tracy's life.
Yeah, that's absolutely the best thing that ever happened to him.
I mean, and that would be like the first thing to pop to your mind.
Yeah. Tracy Morgan was in a car, wasn't he?
It was like one of those Sprinter vans. It's not a bus.
Sprinter van.
A bus.
Yes. Yeah, Robin absolutely has an uncanny ability to say the exact same thing Howard just said. That's why her words are. I was just about to say that because she's always just about to say it. Many more have died in small plane crashes.
Yes, ask the Big Bopper.
Yeah,
ask the Big Bopper about that.
Who's the one
Ricky
who?
Valens.
Yes. Who's the one that there was the plane crashed into the bus? Do you remember that story?
No.
Come on, I was just.
I mean, I know the story, but I don't remember who it was. I know that Leonard Skinner lost people in a plane.
Yeah, because they didn't know how to read a fucking fuel gauge.
Yeah, whoopsie.
They literally ran out of gas. Like, hey, we're over to the bayou here. You think we might need another $5 worth of gas? Nah.
Randy Rhoads was a plane.
Yes, no.
Yeah, I think it might have been Randy Rhoads.
Here's the story. Yeah, about 10 a.m. after being on air for approximately 5 minutes, one of the plane's wings clipped the top of the tour bus, breaking the wing into two parts and sending the plane spiraling. The initial impact with the bus caused Rhodes and Youngblood's heads to crash through the plane's windshield. So yes,
Jesus Christ,
that's the story. That's what I was thinking of.
Damn,
that's so fucking crazy. I mean, they're just flying. It's just like, oh, let's fly. So right, so yeah, it's such a crazy story. And I'm looking at it.
John Denver. He had a
John Denver. Wasn't he flying one of those like kit planes?
It was a kit plane, and it was all the things that like his songs happened.
He built it in his garage.
Yeah, exactly.
He could DJ's classic airplane garage.
You know, if he just followed his own song and taken a country road, he'd still be alive today.
Yeah. What do you think was more tragic, Randy Rhoads, a plane crash, or Randy Rhoads sleeping with Sharon Osbourne?
Ooh, that's a close one.
Yeah, I know. That's
you know what? There's not a single scintilla of my being that would get in that plane.
You know that they never really found his body. They literally found like his left leg and part of one arm.
That's it.
Like, no joke. Yeah.
Jesus.
Apparently, he had no warning before the small experimental plane he was piloting nosedived.
No shit, really.
Jesus Christ!
It's in the title, experimental plane.
Usually, garages and airplane kits don't really kind of.
That's not something I would do.
That's like those are two words that kind of like penis and teeth that just shouldn't go together.
Exactly. Ow.
Honestly, even if Dennis, who really knows how to like fix shit and do stuff, if he built a plane and said, "Mo, you want to go?" I would say no. I'd say no.
First of all, I'm sane. I would never build an airplane.
There's no part of me that would
I will never own a boat, and I'll never have a fucking airplane. All right, these are two. No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. You know why? Because my car breaks down, I just call AAA and they come get me. My boat breaks down, I'm swimming.
everybody has like the AAA for
Yeah,
the
the
water.
insurance. Yeah, but what happens if it
No,
starts
you
taking
have
on?
AAA for the water. It's called tow.
Yeah,
tow-
sea tow. But wait, if it starts sinking, then what?
Well,
Doggy paddle.
what are you gonna be like in the Bermuda Triangle? Like, where do you think you'd be?
It happened. People have sank in the Gulf.
But don't forget, John Denver was an alcoholic wife beater, allegedly.
I don't
allegedly.
Allegedly, but it's kind of well known. So don't believe me. Look it up.
I don't know anything
So
about.
he kind of got his comeuppance, so to speak.
So we're getting towards the end of the show, and they're starting to talk about a quiz that they want to. Dennis, Moose, and Squirrel will save you. He's so funny. All right, so here's it. Let's get into the 91 on staff. Here we go.
I should ask Will.
Well, yes, Will.
What do you think I should end the show with? Should I do that poll that we took with the
By the way, it's like 9:30 at this point.
It's 9:31.
Yeah, so he's asking what to do. Right.
staff, or should I?
You got lots of fun fan feedback.
I got fan feedback. I got phony phone calls. I got Ronnie with his one-word association, and then there's that poll the staff took.
That's
we have a lot of that's a good one.
It's a good one.
What is the poll?
Maybe I'll do the poll. It's crazy. So we have a lot of people. We have a pretty big staff. I don't know.
Pretty big staff. Pretty big fucking
Here's
staff.
the revelation right here.
So, when you Google something like 90 people photo, right? Let's just shits and gigs, right?
Yes.
So
There's a 90-year-old. I see 90-year-olds.
Originally, before I decided to use this one, this is 90 people in a room.
Oh, is it that Instagram girl that has sex with dudes?
This is 90 people in a room.
That's like a full. That's a full fucking room.
This is how big his staff is. Just imagine. I counted them too. It's 90-ish. Imagine.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, because I was
Of course
trying
she
to
did.
for the stupid thing. So yeah,
Of course she did.
90 people. That's how many people work on this show. It's shocking.
I'm dubious.
I'm not.
Confirmed. 91 staff members. How the hell does Sirius Board approve this staffing level? How can it possibly be justified? Just some basic math for salaries, and you're around 10 million just for the staff.
That's why there's going to be very big changes, or no contract at all, because they can save a lot of money just getting rid of him.
You literally need 2-3 people to run that show.
2? 1? 2?
So yeah, with benefits, right? So even if like an average Joe Schmo gets paid $53,000, which I think is very, very low for New York,
That's
I don't think this
extremely
guy
low.
is
Yeah.
right at all. So it's probably more around 75. But you have to remember, Gary and the others have really high salaries, but I also don't see 53. Yeah, that's not correct. You can't.
Concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication.
Okay, so this
I
guy
only
says,
play that because we have 90-somethings people on staff.
highly doubt that they're paying benefits for the bulk of the staff. Under 30 hours a week. Yeah, I bet you a couple of them are freelance. You don't have to provide benefits.
100%.
Oh,
Shows
absolutely.
20 hours of them filling the rest of the week, whatever it is they do. Yeah, it's just
But still, it's a lot of money that is unnecessarily being spent. And right now, Sirius is still friggin' cutting. That's all Sirius is doing is cutting expenses.
yeah. So
They have no growth. They have no growth.
91 employee glorified podcast. Given they no longer bother much with any sophisticated content or programming, you could literally make the show with a couple of decent mics and soundproofing material in someone's basement. I know they employ writers, but who the hell knows what they even do? Oh my God, when I hear my friend works at Stern, then see the name on a business card that I've never heard of, I wonder if he's the Staples purchasing guy for all the writers. It's so true. That's an insult to podcasts. Interesting to listen back 15 plus years ago. Eric the Midget, High Pitch, that fat fuck both saw the internet was a medium, which cut out the middleman and allowed them to communicate with people directly. This was visionary in hindsight. Nowadays, even a pedo, and a weirdo can throw out their web of deceit and sleaziness on the internet and profit mightily. Meanwhile, the king of all media has been left in the dust, a dinosaur clinging to some weird, outdated, outmoded form of communication, which represents this medium between people and information. So it's heavily censored, controlled, representative of the establishment. Just like when Howard railed against it decades ago. Add to this, he's sucking the cock of the same establishment figures he used to lampoon. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, so wait, what was this one? Maybe I'm wrong, but doesn't Howard fund the show staffing from $100 million a year contract he gets? Yes, he does.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why the 90 million is what we think he makes, because if that guy's right, 10 million in salaries, not including Gary, Robin, Fred.
But here's the now the other thing though is it may work it out where he doesn't provide benefits, but Sirius is providing benefits because it's out of his budget, but they're not part of 112.
100%. 100%.
So he's really playing real fast and loose with the way the money is being spent for that show, because it is as many marbles as he can have.
What some production companies do, and not saying that they're akin to them, is they'll get these health plans that the top people get really good benefits, and then they just kind of tear it down to the peons, just because the more people you add to it, the better the benefits are for the people at top.
Yes.
And I guarantee you that's what they're doing in this case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, the split might be, I've had jobs where I've had to actually pay for my health insurance, like in a split kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like if it costs $600 a month, I'd have to pay like $300 or whatever it is. I'm making that number up, but and then I've had it free, so it just, I guess, depends. And every health plan is so fucked up. I mean, you're out of pocket expenses, all that shit. It's beyond my comprehension what 91 people do there.
I
And
can't
they've been
figure that
repeating
out.
the same scripted bits over and over for years. There are never new ideas or concepts, no parody songs, no new impressions, no new games, not new fresh bits, literally nothing. Clearly, most of them are not writers. So they have Howard, Robin, Fred, Gary, Benji, Blitt, Walding, Nowicki, Mamet, that chick, Wolfie, Richard and Sal, Ronnie, Perlman, JD, John Hine, Marcy, Jason, Will, and Mike Trainer. That's 21. So they have another 70 people. Let's say 20 are sound and tech people. That leaves another 50 people for a show that is as stale and dated. I mean, it boggles one's mind. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no rational reason that he has more staff than a nightly news show. I mean, honest to God, I would imagine that the nightly news shows don't have 91 fucking people running it. I can't even fathom them having 91 people. Because
like professional teams don't have 90 people that need to facilitate a team going from one city to the other and setting everything up. They don't. And what the fuck? Some fucking 80-year-old man playing a fucking guitar, you need 90 people for? Come on.
Bonus, they can't even get the guy to come in live despite him having 270 days off a year.
Yeah. 200. He's off as many days as most people work.
Yeah.
Contrast that with a guy like Mark Maron, who did everything out of his garage with one producer.
Wow.
Maron still managed to interview the same guests as Howard without having 10 people to do research for him. He interviewed Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Springsteen, Obama, Lorne Michaels, Letterman, etc.
Yeah.
So,
Joe Rogan, how many people does he have? What's 5? Is it 5?
Just a handful.
Yeah,
a couple people, bro. Like literally.
Yeah, and he interviews people he actually does real interviews with real people, unlike Howard, and he has like 5, 6 people. I mean, you don't need 500 people to put on something entertaining. You really don't.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Some people are negotiating with they get paid by Sirius, not Howard. No, it comes out of Howard's stipend, though.
Yeah,
That's
it comes out
the
of
way
his
it is.
budget, except for Robin, Gary, Fred, and probably Benji, because they have their own deals with their own John Hine, because they're Buckwall clients. So they got their own deal.
Let's project a couple months in the future. No matter what happens, Benji is completely out of a job. There's zero chance he is.
Shockingly, he was on today. You missed out on that.
There's no fucking way. What? He's been on once in 4 years?
Yeah, maybe.
Now?
All right, let me continue with the clip. Hang on.
We have a lot of staff. That's a good one.
What is the poll?
Maybe I'll do the poll. It's crazy. So, we have a lot of people. We have a pretty big staff. I don't know how many people work on the show. It's way more than you think. Fucking incredible.
In the 70s, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's, Howard, I think the last number I heard was 91.
Yeah.
Whoa,
and you're probably saying to yourself, if you had 91 people working on this show, should be a lot better.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Oh my! The one moment of honesty in 5 years.
Can you imagine? So he's talking about, how can I quit since I basically employ a small city.
My kid even asked me the other night. One of my kids said to me, "Are you going to retire?" How can I? And half the world is dependent on me to keep working.
That's right. How are all those people going to eat?
Yeah, the same way Howard TV.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a problem firing them.
Yeah. All right. So then talking staff. I'm not even sure what this clip is, but let's go to it.
No, the staff has been on fire. But, there's a lot of...
The staff has been on fire. Some caller called in and said the staff has been, top of their game.
Yeah, I heard that call from the 38th floor. One of the staffers calling in and saying they're really doing a great job.
Sure.
People who you hear on the air. But I think we have more staff that work off the air. There's
shit, really?
Because we have the television component for the app.
What television? Television? You're on a shitty app.
How many people are needed to run that?
One.
Yeah.
And
There's so
actually
many people who work off the air, too. So somebody was a genius. Maybe it was you, Will. Went away and said to the staff that doesn't work on the air. Or was it Chris who did this?
I think this was originally Wolfie's idea, and then it morphed
Wolfie?
into a whole thing. Yeah. But I think he deserves the most credit.
This was a good idea. They went to the staff off air, the guys you never hear from. And they asked them, how did you guys do this? You took a vote or something and you came up with words about the guys on air?
Yeah, so we asked the writers, hey, let's come up with some awards for the on-air staff. Let's see. Okay. Well, like high school superlatives.
Yearbook.
So,
high school superlatives, like best dressed, most, whatever, the most likely to succeed.
Tonecoat, you're so cute. He makes it feel like he has 91 dependents that they will starve without him. They will.
They will. They'll be
the most untalented group of human beings.
You know what? More people for the Shuli Network.
That's right.
I don't think fast food places are hiring like they used to. So these people are fucked.
No, everything's automated now. AI.
They're fucked.
They can't even do that.
Right. So they did stupid questions like most liked, most. Just stupid stuff. So I'll go around the board with this. Here we go. Sorry.
I don't think anybody who's ever been the grossest is also the most liked.
So grossest and most liked was Richard.
Of course.
Coming in number 2 for most liked was JD, which is shocking to me. I can't even imagine that.
Well, obviously, the thing is, they said they have a lot of women working on staff, which makes it even more suspect that because Mr. Creepy, I can't imagine Mr. Creepy makes girls feel all warm and comfortable for some reason.
There's no way. I don't know.
I can't fathom that.
He pulled it off.
I appreciate it. You guys who the runner-up was for most liked on the staff?
Most liked. Ooh, Gary?
Nope.
JD?
JD. That's right.
JD
was the runner-up with 3 nominations. People like JD. I like
stuff.
3 nominations. So how many people actually participated in this? If 20 people are on air and 50, 60, 70 people are off air.
Yes.
He came in number 2 with how many votes? 3?
3.
3. Okay.
The math doesn't add up. It's okay.
I don't know why exactly.
I should have thought
The math isn't mathing.
The math does not add up at all.
Math isn't mathing.
Unless Richard Christie got 60 and then he got 3 and somebody else got 2.
Doubt that. Here's some more JD because how much we love our JD.
Are you medicated at all? Do you take any kind of medication? Because I know
not like for socialness. No.
For socialness.
Not like for
Socialness?
not anti-anxiety meds or anything.
Isn't it true now? You can barely sleep at night because you think about death constantly.
Listen to this weird conversation.
Like you're really scared of dying.
I mean, I probably don't get the best sleep, but no, yeah, I think about death a lot. I wouldn't say it's.
What are you thinking?
Well, no, I do wake up a lot, like on show nights. Like, even though I can set an alarm, I will wake up like every 2 hours or so, and I look at my phone, and sometimes it's like, I should just stay up.
Maybe you can't breathe because you're so fucking overweight at this point, and your lungs are collapsing into themselves, and maybe you have like a sleep apnea thing. You're actually probably waking up because you're snoring a lot, but you wouldn't know that because you don't fucking live with anybody, and nobody would live with you, you fucking piece of shit loser.
Slowly I turned, and step by step, inch by inch,
Oh God, I love Mo. Love me some Mo. So JD can't sleep. So here, let's talk about
You're
that.
worried about dying, right?
There's death. There's, the future things. What am I going to do with, my life? Stuff like that. All sorts of things.
I see. He is concerned.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you're concerned.
Hey,
Because
let's put it out there. When the show ends, maybe we need someone to change Mr. Whisker's kitty litter.
Well, I
You'd
can
like to
provide.
produce a show. I can give you a job.
I can provide him a really nice, a top primo refrigerator box, so he can have a nice warm place on the Route 80.
Yes.
If you wanted to sleep down here in the basement on the rug,
There's no way you would do that.
yeah, I would never.
Look at that. Just look at that.
I would never. It's
No,
actually
because if you had him down in the basement, then you'd have to
bring out the gimp.
What are you going to do with your life? Okay.
I don't mean to be rude, but you don't eat like someone who's afraid of death. You look like you laugh at death, honestly.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, he does everything to bring death on quicker. They say if you don't get enough sleep, your lifespan is shortened.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Talking to the two who have the luxury of doing absolutely nothing and making millions for it. But sure.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So who won the most condescending?
I know the answer to this. So
Okay, Xavier.
I have no idea.
Come on, take it. Come on, it's real
Fred,
obvious.
I don't know.
No. Come on, it's more obvious than that.
I don't know.
Period.
It's Robin.
I'm gonna do it already because I would like to retire. I'm gonna carry my fucking torch. Robin. Oh, Rob.
What is this?
She's so proud of it too, by the way.
Of course, she owns it.
Low key, she owns this shit. Yeah.
Robin, you won most condescending. Jason and Mehmet had many votes as well. It was almost a three-way tie.
But I was top. Okay.
You were top.
That's right. But I was top. That's what's
Yeah.
Matter. So it matters.
You know, is she self-aware enough to know that if it wasn't for the gravy train that she's been on for 40 years, she would literally be like fucking like a Walmart like restocker or something like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Who even knows? It's just so annoying to me that these people have the jobs that they do. It's just really in spite of themselves, though, to be honest with you.
She like I said, is a Hall of Fame gravy trainer.
Yeah.
It's been a Rachel Beard and hasn't had to do anything
top of the line.
Just be a black person on the radio.
And a human laugh track.
Yes.
Human laugh track.
Who won for most likely never to talk to anyone after the show ends?
I forgot. I was zoning out at this point.
Xavier?
What was the question?
Most likely to never talk to anyone after the show ends.
Howard.
No, well, no, it wasn't Howard. It was
Fred.
No, it was like.
Well, first of all, Howard and
yeah.
Fred will never speak to anybody once the show's over.
Never.
He will ghost them so fast.
To never talk to anyone from the show again after it ends. The show goes off the air. Who is most likely to never talk to anyone from the show again? Fred. Right. Boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think it's so cute that Robin, she's so full of herself. She doesn't process the fact that the second the show's over, she'll never hear from Howard ever again. In fact, if she even thinks of like driving up to the Hamptons to go visit him, this is what will happen.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to town?
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
So then Sam
Yeah. Got her comeuppance.
Fucking yeah. She's another
got
one
her
that I just
comeuppance.
have no love for. No
God,
love
she
for
is such an annoying sea monkey.
She really is.
Oh, God.
Sam. Nice outfit, Sam.
Jesus Christ. It's like big day at Walmart.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. That is bad.
Is she in front of a store, or is that like the Times Square people? What's going on?
Times Square people, I think.
Really?
Well, no, she's in the 50s.
Okay.
So
So
she
wait,
can't
Mo.
afford-
Oh, no, Mo. The thing is, like, her husband must not like her, because if I saw Mrs. Chair going out with that, I'd go, honey, Jesus, put something else on. And we lost Xavier.
What happened?
I don't know. He's just gone.
Just gone.
He's just gone.
What happened?
He's gone.
What happened?
And he's back.
Ah!
Oh, he's almost back. Hold on.
I tried to add him to stage, but it didn't work.
He's a big boy. He can do it himself.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh, what happened?
I went to hit a soundbite and I hit the wrong
Oopsie,
button.
what oopsie?
You went
Yeah,
zoinkers.
Exactly. I went bye
Oh,
bye.
God, the same look all the time. She's like Beth. Oh my God. It's the same thing every time.
Why is she at these weird she's weird. Sam Fonts.
Ugh.
She's a staff person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an
Oh,
on-air
okay.
personality.
Dude, I don't know. I've been doing this show for like what 8 years now, and I still don't know who the fuck.
You're happier not to know. Trust me, you're happier not to know.
Nothing makes me happier to not know the answers to your questions.
Here, look. Here she is.
Actress.
Is she an animal activist too? Author, bestseller?
Actress, writer, producer.
Can we look up her credits? I'm just like out there.
Uh-oh. Oh, my husband wasn't too happy there.
Sure. Let's see what she's been in. Casting, 2016. Totally Opposites, 2018. Dive, 2015. Your Main Thing TV series. Anybody?
I've never heard of this ever in my entire
Never.
life. Never heard of this show. One episode.
No,
One
10
season.
Episode. That's usually
One
called
season.
pilot. Oh, 1 season?
10 episodes, 1 season.
Right on. Good for her.
Where was this show, Your Main
I have
Thing?
no idea. Does anybody know where this was?
Was it on the Hallmark Channel?
No, it wasn't that good. Great American Channel?
Great American Channel it is.
Where is it?
WB?
I got nothing.
Like, they can't even tell you where it was where it was on.
Oh, but I will find it.
Oh,
Like IMDb doesn't say what it was on.
No, isn't that weird?
If we can find Emily's shit, we can find this.
Jesus.
And how is it rated so high when there's no ratings?
Well, because you only have 2 people that vote.
Well, Mo, it's like these really
You can
shitty
skew.
movies. They have small audiences, so the people that just want to see it, and it gets a high rating, even though it's an absolute piece of shit. So that's how that works.
Look how many people rated it. One,
Yeah, they told you.
7 people.
Yes.
7 people rated it.
So all of Sam's family
And it
rated the
gets
show.
7.8 on IMDb. Wow, isn't that amazing how that happens?
That's how IMDb works.
What an amazing.
But
Wow.
we have no
Program it
idea where
must
this
be.
show was.
Okay, Xavier, can I task you with finding this show?
If it's out there, I will find it.
All right, awesome.
I like
I
how
mean,
it has
hell,
20.
Come on, man. If I can find.
I need that whole song. I need to watch that. I'm
You
kind
know,
of
honestly, I probably wouldn't even know how to find it.
Wait.
I'd have to go into my YouTube history.
The funniest thing about this is that it has 2015 and a dash, open-ended.
Exactly, like it's gonna come back.
open-ended.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Hey, you know what? I'm still holding up for a new season of Dawson's Creek.
Exactly. Keep holding. So anyway, so Samantha Fontana was in this show, and
That's her best picture on her best day.
ever. That's right.
That's a little Instagram filters right there.
She got a little blowout too, right?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for you.
I'm sure she'll do amazing when the show goes off the air.
She really should have gotten her highlights done before she did this. They're like dragging out down here, which is really just not the right spot.
Hey, you know what? She shot her load on getting the mustache removed from her upper lip.
That is true.
So here's Sam's well-deserved awards. This is just delicious. Here we go.
This is your kissing.
Who are you? You got multiple awards, Sam. You got doesn't fucking get it, biggest ass kiss, and fakest on-air persona.
Wow, there's some honesty going on the show today.
Indeed.
They hate her.
I don't get it.
We don't know the real Sam if we only know her on air.
Sam, what about this? What's going on? Inform us and make your speech to congratulate yourself. Go ahead.
I'm not happy.
All right. And Benji isn't
I don't know
either.
what to say.
I'm happy.
You like it. You like winning. So don't get it.
Well, if I saw myself the way other people saw me, I would hate myself.
Right. That's a good point. But Sam, what's with you not get? What don't you get?
I don't know.
And why did you get biggest ass kiss? Whose ass are you kissing? You're not kissing mine. I barely see it.
I have no idea, Howard. You know, I've gotten shit in the morning for telling you your hair looks good when you say your hair doesn't look good.
He looks good. He plays great guitar. I think that there's definitely instances. I'm not saying
I gotta tell you something,
I'm just
Howard.
saying that there is some.
I have no shame in saying something nice, and that can be seen as not being honest or something like that.
Can I say something? I appreciate you saying my hair looked good. You said it one time.
He loves ass kissers.
Oh, yes, he does.
And you know what? It's true. Her on-air persona, she constantly talks like that. Like I just don't know, and it drives me insane. It's like, I'm sorry, if you're an actress, if this is you,
you should be able to articulate.
You should be able to articulate. We all articulate.
She's like a.
Do I stutter?
She's like a more challenged Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
Another best picture ever.
Totally opposites. Oh my god.
Oh my god, they're like besties, but they're opposites.
Yeah. And she had a good blowout this day.
Yeah. Husband's not happy.
Yeah. Summer stock.
She will do amazing when this is over.
Yeah, she's really gonna. Samantha's gonna soar after this. So yeah,
she'll be this century's Antonio Benini.
So let's get to a last clippage of the day and see what that gets us. Please hold.
What does it get us?
I don't know, but it's 2 minutes long. Because you know what? When he starts to wrap up, it just doesn't wrap up. He's
watching the clock. He's trying to get close to 3 hours.
Absolutely. Yeah. But to finish the Sam thought, honestly, honest career trajectory, she will be on a webcam and she's gonna go, hey guys, see those 1,000 guys behind me? Guess what's about to happen?
You know what? She's married with 2 kids. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, well, it makes it even funnier.
All right, here we are. So here we are trying to end the show. Here we go.
Them how they're doing, and I totally understand why he.
I was just listening to the Samantha thing because I was relishing in how much she got shit on.
But now I'm thinking maybe there's not a lot of time in the day to stop and talk to everyone and ask how they are all the time.
Oh, because you're so busy doing what?
Busy doing what?
What exactly do you do all day? Can you tell us?
She comes up with ideas.
The fact that Richard has time in his day to stop and talk to everyone and ask how they are, I should really get rid of him. I mean, he shouldn't have that much.
He's actually
You're absolutely
working on it. He's trying to get these votes.
Yes.
He's winning the Miss Congeniality Award.
Yeah, he's like one of these beauty pageant contestants, or even these people who go for the Academy Award and they suck, balls all day. Richard doesn't have time to shower, but he has lots of time to find out how everyone is. I would say change your priorities, pal. All right, everybody, congratulations on your work. I got to end the show now, and that's it. Those are the back office awards, or as Mehmet says, the little people. The lower people.
The lower people.
Still going.
That's right. And Mr. Clock says it's time for me to go enjoy lunch. It's early in the morning for most of you, but I'm ready to eat. And we'll be back tomorrow. And as I said, a little treat at the end of the show. Lucas Nelson drops by to perform a song for us. So that's what we look forward to. But Robin, we have a lot to get to tomorrow. We have a lot to get to.
There's more to come back for, so don't miss a show.
What?
Now, let me tell you, as that caller said, we've been on fire. The staff has been on fire the last couple of months.
Are you kidding me?
What type of fire? I mean, seriously.
Maybe they weren't today, but tomorrow they will be. We will crack the whip.
Well, Mehmet is going back there to light a fire under every off-air person.
And Dice, thank you for being with us today. What a treat, Dice.
So no one knocking on the door, just stupid Andrew Dice Clay, because pretty sure you could get the real Andrew Dice Clay if you wanted to.
Yeah, but wait, watch.
Stopping by like this. He always uplifts the show. He was terrific, and he always talks about how to seduce a woman. He was giving me tips on how to seduce my own wife. So thank you for that, Dice.
Oh! Already?
I was thanking him for being here for the whole show, and then he left.
And he left. He's gone already. He turned his Zoom off.
Dice, you there?
He turned his Zoom off.
Oh, I got a commercial. I'm not leaving.
And then they actually added more show during the commercial.
I don't even care.
You know what's amazing? He literally has 2 channels. That's 45 hours of content.
Yes.
That needs to be filled, and he says he has to go.
Yes.
It's got to go.
45 hours.
It's got to go.
Got to go. I mean, it's too much. Got to go.
Got to go. So, yeah, so we're going to wrap this up as well. There was an interesting article I don't think we ever read last year. I'm not going to read it to you right now. But I don't remember this video. Like, I don't remember this visual, which I love because the puss face on Howard is just everything. It was called Howard's End, How SiriusXM Will Survive After Stern. After inking big deals for Smartless and Call Her Daddy, the audio giant aims to keep bringing in new names to grow subscribers and battle rivals as it readies for the eventual retirement of its biggest cash cow. And I'm not understanding how that, I mean, granted, I'm sure there's a lot of people who still have Sirius, but joined when they listen to Howard, but no longer listen to Howard, but still have Sirius, maybe?
Maybe. Probably not.
I don't know. I don't know how it goes.
Well, we'll get another, let's see, July. Yeah, we'll get another quarterly update in July.
No, okay.
I can't wait.
We'll wait on that. I'm sure there's nothing that they're going to announce or anything special that has to happen this time around.
No, but it's not about announcements. It's about the financial returns. And I can imagine they're going to be pretty shitty.
Yeah, let's see how the stock is doing right now. SiriusXM stock. And then we're going to be out of here.
It's probably trading in a range at this point.
Let's see. Okay.
I haven't checked it in a few days.
Wow, it's up. That's not saying
much.
much.
It's trading in a range. Yeah, it literally has been in this range. It hasn't gone above it. It's gone down to 19, but it's kind of stuck in this range, and this is it. This is
let's go
as far as
6
it goes.
months.
But I mean,
6 months, it's minus 5.8%.
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to recoup that 6-month number.
You know, it's funny, like we were just talking about that, but that graph reminds me of Lamar's javelin.
So cute. Look at this. This is the 5-year.
It's pretty impressive.
That is.
See, invest for the long term, everybody. Buy and hold, because you can have returns like this.
Do you know I bought it when he first went there, and for some reason, let me see all.
You've gone down a lot.
I'm trying to remember. I swore I bought it. I can't imagine that I
They
bought
did
it.
a 10. They did a reverse split.
Oh, I
10
see.
to 1. So you bought it at 5, which would be the equivalent of 50.
Yeah, I think I bought it at like $5 or $6.
So you've lost more than half. You're good. That's great investing right
I don't
there.
think I own it anymore. I mean, this was forever ago.
Well, it doesn't matter. You lost the same amount of money if you sold it then or sold it now.
Well, that's true.
It doesn't matter.
That's true. It's fucking shit.
It's an absolute piece of garbage.
Absolute piece of garbage. All right. So yeah, that's it for us now. That is it. Benjamin, thank you for all those lovely, pretty hearts. That's so pretty. I don't know how you do that, but that's lovely. Thank you, chat. Dennis did a live the other day, and he's picking up some steam with his muckety muck with cars.
My muckety
muck that he does with cars and things like that.
I'll have another live on Thursday night.
Indeed. What time? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock, and it's going to be on first cars.
Oh, what your first car was?
No, I want people to send in their first car, and I will pick at random. What I think is the coolest first car, kind of the whole vibe, and they can get a piece of merchandise of DJ's Classic Garage merchandise.
All right, don't forget to bring this back up. On Monday.
Yes, yes.
Tomorrow night,
Get a nice T-shirt like this.
I was going to say Jeremy Harrelson, but Dr. Judy Tenuta, Dr. Judy, listen to me.
Judy,
what's going on with me? Mr. Judy, Dr. Judy, Mr. Judy Tenuta is going to join us tomorrow night to participate in the show, and yeah, like that. So make sure you go over to DJ's Classic Garage because he's crushing it lately and doing.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, you can learn about the history of the R body, the forgotten
R
big
buckle?
car. No, the R body, the forgotten big car from Chrysler. That basically ensured they were going to go bankrupt.
Yes, indeed. All right, friends. So that's it for us tonight. We love you all. Thanks for participating in the chat as always, because we love our listeners. Yes. And yeah, we definitely will see you anon unless I get hit by a bus.
Good night, everybody, and grease for peace.
Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.